What's going on, y'all? It's FindingZero from Chattown 423, and I'm checking in with Industry's Most Wanted.
I'ma put in my all because it's you and nothing to when the rain just fall. It's gonna be me, you running, so this is all for real. Never thought about fronting this here, straight from the heart. Come let me tell you something. No matter where I go or where I be, I'll stay deep within your heart, so don't mind me. And if you ever fall apart, just come find me.
Hey, what's going on, man? It is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Big Industry's Most Wanted, not the little one. We got Chattanooga in the building. FindingZero. What's going on, family?
Yes, ma'am. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
Give me some love first and foremost. Boom. Appreciate you driving down here from Chattanooga.
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give us that official introduction. Give us kind of a rundown of what FindingZero got going on right now.
Yeah, man. So it's FindingZero from Chattown 423, man. I just dropped a new music video last Friday for my single, Come Find Me. It's actually off my album, No More So, which came out in February of 2024. So if you haven't checked that out, go check that out, man. And that's been my most recent. It's on YouTube. Album's on all platforms. So yeah, check it out, man.
He's out here working, definitely. You born and raised in Chattanooga?
Yes, ma'am. I was born and raised down there.
It's a beautiful city. A lot of talent out there.
Growing. Growing.
Big time. Shout out to Quattro, man.
Yep,
appreciate you, bro. Definitely. Take us back to your childhood. What were you involved with? Were you into sports, or has it always been music for you?
When I was a child, I definitely was a little into both. I know my first musical influences was like Michael Jackson, Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I wanted to dance really bad like them. I got older, kind of fell into like the Migos, kind of Drake, Future era.
Yeah.
Then I kind of fell off a little bit music-wise. I started playing sports, basketball, baseball, football. So that was year-round. So I listened to music. I still danced, but I wasn't taking it like serious. Growing up, I always freestyled. I think I started writing like little corny rhymes when I was like 8 years old. In like a little folder, I get home from school, write them down, flower, tower, sour, something like that.
Yeah.
Hide it under my bed so my parents would see it. Try to keep it going. I got older, I freestyled a little bit. I freestyled at school, like at lunch. Used to write like little songs, like little parody songs, and I relate them to school. I did it like 8th grade, 9th grade. Then my senior year of high school is actually when I started making music with Young J. Cody. That's my best friend. He was a producer and an artist. And he was like, you just trying to make music one day, like on some like, I guess goofy stuff. And like we were actually doing it, and I was like, it's actually fun, and I'm actually passionate about music to begin with, my background. So now I'm like, all right, yeah, I can definitely. And then I started falling in love with it, like finding yourself even more, which is FindingZero is my name.
I love it.
Like zero is my aura, but like every song I make, you're finding a different part of me. And sometimes if I'm going through something, or if I'm in my head or overthinking, you might find actual zero, like, you know, nothing left kind of thing. And then some songs you might find a lot of me. So my name can go a lot of ways, and every song can go a lot of ways too.
Definitely. You're well-rounded. I'm loving it.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you an overthinker?
Yeah, like for sure. I'm always in my head. It could be something simple.
I am too.
Yeah.
Constantly. Sometimes I feel like I get in my own way. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm out here just like overthinking 100 scenarios that may never even happen.
And they don't.
And they typically don't.
Right.
Exactly. So it's like I'm still trying to figure out ways to overcome that.
Right. Yes, ma'am. It just takes time.
Absolutely. How long did you play sports?
I think my first one was football. I think I played from 5 to 14. Played basketball from 5 to present. I still play a little bit.
Yeah.
Baseball was 5 to 16. So yeah.
That is dope. Let's just talk about that just a little bit, because I'm a big advocate of kids getting involved in sports or something constructive as a child, right? Playing sports, how did that help you?
It helped me a lot. So my first coach was my dad, and then growing up, my older brothers played. Basically, I just wanted to follow my older brothers, whatever they did. So I would see them. Starting off it was all right. Like I didn't really find myself till I got a little bit older, and I started getting my own confidence. Football was the first part of the year. Basketball was from about, I say, November to February, and baseball was from March through August. So I was in a sport every month. And it just taught me like structure, like you said, like discipline.
Yes.
Being an overthinker, you have a bad game, you're like, oh man, I'm done. My career's over with, you know what I'm saying? And the good thing about like sports and music in general is you get another day, you get another chance.
Yes.
So you can always bounce back from that. I feel like kids need that adversity at a younger age too, because I mean, when you get older, life gonna hit you regardless.
Man.
And like sports kind of taught me that, like, all right, you had a bad day here, but tomorrow you can control what you do the next day.
100%.
So yeah,
that is absolute facts. You're right. It does teach you discipline, and that's something that we need until the day we die.
Right. Yes, ma'am.
in order to get stuff done, man, we got to have that discipline.
Yep.
You know, going to the gym, I be struggling with that sometimes, and I'm like, okay, get out your head and take that accountability. Sports teaches you how to be a team player, punctuality, all that stuff. So you said you still play basketball, you just get out on the court now and like shoot around?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so actually following high school, I tried to play in college. I was going to play D2, but didn't go as I planned, and then I was already making music anyway, and then this past year I actually had another opportunity to play, but I feel like God really put me here to make music and find my purpose through that, so that's what I've just been doing.
What is your purpose through music?
I really feel like I talked about earlier, like the overthinking. I'm a really anxious person.
Me too.
Sometimes, like you said, I get in my own way, and I just want people to feel like they have somebody who can relate. There's comfort in knowing that somebody's there beside you, whether it be in your ear, like your headphones, or like we are talking to each other. I don't know. Just as a person, I feel like I was always cut off and closed off. I didn't really like talking about my stuff. And then when I got on instrumentals or music, it was like it would just come out randomly because I freestyle.
Yeah.
So then, I could be saying something hard and I'd be looking around the room, my bros, and they'd be like, and I'd be like, hey, I'm sorry, but that's just what's been going on,
Right.
So I just try to tell people like music is raw, especially my music. Like if you don't know me, you go listen to that, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I feel like I know you a little bit more. So
Absolutely. It's a form of therapy.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Especially for like you and I sound similar. Like I get anxious. I definitely get that anxiety. Sometimes I don't even know why.
Nope.
I just feel it. I'm like, why am I so anxious? You know what I'm saying? Overthinker. So music is that therapy.
Yeah.
Are you a writer?
I write a little bit. I wrote for other people before.
Yeah.
I write sometimes for myself, but sometimes I just feel like it just depends on the moment. Some beats I feel like if I really want to get a certain message across, I'll write it just so I can get more detail and insinuate it, like cause like a scene or something like that. Yeah. Like I have a song called Face the Throne. It's literally about me overcoming myself, and so I kind of went into detail on that. And then certain songs I'll just hear the beat and I'll vibe off of it, and I'll just freestyle, punch in, and go from there.
Definitely. Absolutely. I think, it's absolutely depending on the type of delivery that you're going for with the record.
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been professionally doing this as far as you have your business together? You're out here doing stuff like this. How long has that been?
I say professionally, I would say a year.
Okay.
I've been doing it since March 2021 is when I started making music in general. But I say like officially, like business-wise, including marketing, all that type of stuff, a year for sure.
So what was that transition for you that make you decide you wanted to take it serious?
Last year I actually had an opportunity. I made a song with Cap G called Antisocial, another Atlanta artist.
Yes.
And that kind of opened my eyes because it was like handed it to me. My producer and my cameraman, shot by Bucket Swain on the beat. They actually called me. I was moving out my dorm like May 4th or something like that. It was like, yo, we got Cap in town. You want to make a song? I'm like, y'all sure? Like, y'all want me to do it? Like, I'm an overthinker, and like a little shaky on confidence back then. And they was like, yeah, you got it. And I was like, all right. So I tapped in with them. We made a song. And that was like the first time I ever had to go into like ASCAP, United Masters, like really publishing yourself, trademarking yourself, copywriting yourself.
Yes.
That was my first music video. Shot the music video the same day as he came to town. So he did his verse. We did a music video, edited all that stuff up. And yeah, that was my first official, I could say, release, like marketing and all that stuff.
That is dope. Working with somebody who was already like, has some movement in the industry. Caused you to take that accountability, get your business together.
Right.
And it's like once it's together, it's there forever, you know, and you just have to go in and upload each song as you release it.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's done. Boom. Do you have Sound Exchange as well?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Get Sound Exchange. They're the one that tracks like digital, Pandora, internet radio, stuff like that. So you don't want to leave no money on the table.
No, I don't. Yes, ma'am, for sure.
Definitely. So that's on the way.
Yes, ma'am.
Outside of music, what else can we catch you doing?
Lifting. I just started lifting weights a little bit.
Good for you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. I do it with my friends. I think we started last August. Like actually, seriously, like meal prep and diet and protein, creatine. I actually hate drinking water. I don't know why, but I do, and that's been like a big thing. I gotta like get over it. Like just drink it, bro.
Yes,
like, thug it out. You'll be alright.
Nah, facts. And really, people sometimes think it's crazy to hear this, but not all water tastes the same.
You don't. My friends from Memphis say Memphis water go crazy, but in chat, I'm like, I can't. Like,
yeah, and they say drinking water out of a glass bottle is the best way to go, but it's expensive. Like I can get a whole 12-pack for what I might pay for one bottle, so it's like it's a bittersweet. But that's good that you're starting on that at such a young age, because I'll tell you, once you get to my age, it gets tough. I'm an OG, and it's like it gets tough to really stay balanced because everything starts changing. Digestive system slows down, metabolism slows down. So that's good you getting on it early on.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
do you have your your friend got you into it?
Yeah. So like basically at the end of the beginning of the year, my friend was just like, you trying to take it serious because he was already a year in and he already showing like gains and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, I'm trying to look good too. You know, like music. I mean, it could take some time away. You know, you be touring, studio, and all that stuff, but you really need to take care of yourself at the same time. So I feel like if I can manage both, I mean, I'll be perfect.
That's the biggest thing, and I'm so glad you brought that up. Listen, our health should be absolutely number one, outside of praising God. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Because without good health, we are not any good.
Nope.
We're down. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen people get sick and then they're down for months. We can't afford to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's good that you're on top of it early.
Yes, ma'am.
What is your eating habits like?
I say I do pretty good. If I'm out of town, I'm eating terrible.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, for sure. But like on a daily basis, I say I eat pretty good. It's just that water is a little hard to get that gallon intake. But other than that, I think I do good.
It is difficult. It is difficult. What I do is I try to get most of mine in early in the day to get it out the way.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, like I'll wake up and that's the first thing I do is and I don't like cold water either.
Wow.
I like room temperature water.
Okay.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm weird like that, but I like room temperature water. But yeah, in the morning, I'll drink a whole bottle just first thing in the morning before I do anything else.
Okay, that's good.
Just to get that bottle out the way. You know what I'm saying? So definitely. Absolutely. Anything else that you're currently pursuing outside of music, other business ventures?
No, I won't say any other ventures. I'm just trying to focus on that.
Yeah.
Just building that brand, honestly, marketing wise, clothing wise, just anything I can do to, I guess, convey my message even more.
Yes.
And convey who I am even more. So I just been focusing on that for now.
100%. Yeah, it's a lot. Being a music artist is like a full-time job. Literally in today's era, you also have to be a content creator. You know, that's why you got guys like him who are capturing the footage. Introduce your fam that's with you today. Who you got with you?
So I got Young Jit Cody with me. That's actually who got me into music with the camera. He not a cameraman, but he just holding it down for me today, man.
He cameraman today.
And then I got the Don Von right here, man. He from Memphis. He another artist. They both cold, so they gonna see us soon.
Definitely. Listen, I can't wait to have them come sit in the chair too.
Yes,
we're gonna have to make that. Yeah, for sure. We're definitely gonna make that happen. And having somebody capture your footage like that, like what he's doing, you have to document it.
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't document it, it didn't happen.
Right.
It did not happen. Without boxing yourself in, let's talk about your music. How would you describe, your sound per se?
I would say raw. I would say versatile. I would say anything. I mean, that's so ambiguous, but like I feel like anything that gets put in front of me, like my producers would tell you, like I'll try to go at it. So I mean, in my vault, I got some hip hop, I got R&B, I got alternative, I got a country song in there. That's kind of crazy.
That's fire.
Yes, ma'am. I just like to take anything because like I listen to all kinds of music myself.
Yeah.
So I just try to do the same thing.
As you should, because it opens you up to a whole new market.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't never, ever, ever want to box yourself in. And it's no shade because there's a lot of artists out here that can't get away from just being a rapper or just being a singer. You want to like open yourself up. So the country song, is it released yet?
No, it's unreleased. It's unreleased. I actually I've had it in my phone for like a year and a half. So it's before like the country wave kind of starting to do its thing right now. So
yes,
I'm looking at it like, I need to polish this up and get that out.
You should, because there are more and more that I'm seeing rappers that are transitioning into doing other genres, and country is definitely one of them. And you in Tennessee too.
Right.
A lot of country music out there.
Yes, Val.
Definitely. That is fire. So you're definitely open to working with other genres, it sounds like.
Yeah, for sure. Which
one would you say would be your first go-to outside of hip hop? Would it be, like you said, pop?
Definitely be pop or alternative rock, something like that. Yeah. I mean, honestly, anything that's a good vibe. I mean, or if you want to take it down in a dark lane, I can go down there with you. But it just has to be a good message, I would say.
Yes.
I'm willing to work with anybody, everybody, any budget, free, don't matter. Like, let's just make music. Let's collect.
Absolutely. Listen, getting that exposure is key because that's priceless.
Indeed, yes,
that is priceless. You were mentioning, and another artist that was with me recently was mentioning about an event that takes place in your city called Pass the Aux. Talk to us about that, because I think that artists even outside of your area could come and tap into that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, so Pass the Aux is an event. It's like every month. Normally around, I would say, 25th, 26th area. It's always on a Saturday.
Okay. Afternoon or evening?
Afternoon, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m.
I'm going to take a Saturday off. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. But it's a bunch of artists. We all collect. You can bring A&Rs. I've met cameramen, A&Rs, producers, engineers, people who make flyers, digital creators, people who make merch. It's just an event to literally boost everybody's, I guess, success. And that's really where I've met my team that I work with. I've met them all there because that's the studio I record at, Wavelength Chat, Wavelength Studios. It's a art space and a studio. It's actually probably one of the nicest studio I've been in Chattanooga, so for sure. It's real low key, but I mean, I work with some top notch guys.
Yeah.
They've been in the industry for a long time.
I love it.
And every day I go in there, or every time I work with them, it's always full energy. I don't feel like they're trying to get off on me price wise, or I don't feel like they're not giving me their all with what I'm doing and what they're doing. I feel like it's actual teamwork, and I feel like we built chemistry, and now we're gonna pop some.
Absolutely, that's so important to have those type of people around you.
Mm-hmm.
Man, like they say, it's lonely at the top, and that's the truth, because people are gonna along the way, you know, they're gonna get their self out the situation, or you're gonna leave them where they're at.
Yes, ma'am.
Having people that's gonna get your sound right, people you can trust, like you said, they ain't trying to hit you in the head. They're doing everything, and they're presenting an opportunity for artists to get their music heard and network.
Right.
Who is it that officially puts the event together? Because I want to make sure I try to connect with them so I can come out sometime.
Yeah, so it's Wayne on the beat. I'll make sure I see it on Instagram.
Please.
Trey Mullins, and then Wavelength's chat has their own Instagram too, so you can contact them.
Please send me that. I'm pulling up soon. I promise you.
You're gonna get there.
I love doing stuff like that. I love doing those, and like it's an easy drive. I can get there and come back same night if I needed to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So most definitely. What other opportunities are there in the city for independent artists? Are there other opportunities to perform and things like that?
Yeah, so a lot of like the brewery or restaurants, stuff like that, they do pretty good. Actually, this year downtown's been doing better with hosting events for us. It's always been there for like pop music, but like the hip hop side kind of been a little, to the side. But they've been doing better at bringing everybody together, I would say. So I mean, those are plenty of places. A lot more studios are being built around chat, so that's good too. Yeah, and then UTC, University of Tennessee Chattanooga, they do events. Actually, Hip Hop Week is normally there, so they host like a little show. That was actually my first performance ever was there. So. Yeah.
Are you doing a lot of performances right now?
I haven't, but I'm definitely eager to. I just feel like sometimes I don't know where to go or like who to contact. But if you know if you know who to bring me to, then let me know.
Me and my business partner, the biggest OG, bigger ranking, once a quarter we do a showcase. The next one we're doing is for his birthday, so it's going to be big.
Right.
We're doing it right downtown Atlanta at a place called Crazy Atlanta. Shout out Crazy Atlanta. 8 p.m. to midnight. It's on a Thursday.
Okay.
So if you're interested, I can give you the information on that as well, because whenever we do stuff with the OG, he always brings the crowd out. So it'll be great for you to come out and network. You haven't performed in Atlanta yet, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so let us be the first.
For sure, let's do it.
Definitely. Have you come out here before on music business? Is this your first time?
My first time.
Okay, well, thank you for letting it be with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all make sure you tap in with this guy. He's out here working. He's on his grind. Who specifically at that studio is engineering your music?
Trey Mullins.
Trey Mullins. Shout out to Trey Mullins. How did you guys connect?
So an artist by the name of CT introduced me a CT. I met him at a basketball game. And one of my friends' dad showed him one of my earliest EPs. It's kind of cringe to me now because I've overgrown so much of my music, but he showed it to him, and CT was like, "Oh yeah, you actually got talent. Like I can see it in you." So he was like, "I'll invite you to the studio." And Wavelength was just recently built. Like when he put me on this, he was like, "Private location, pull up then." So I pull up. I went to his studio session. That's my first time ever in a real studio. I played Trey my music after CT's session, and then. The next morning, Trey actually texted me before I even woke up, and he was like, "Yo, man, it's nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. I'm ready to work with you, and I know you're young, so I know I'll help you on the price and stuff." And I was like, "I appreciate it,
Yeah, for sure.
That's like one of my best friends, I would say, in the music. Like, I feel like I talk to Trey about everything.
Yeah.
And Trey, like, I think he's in his 30s or something like that, but I feel like we the same age. Like,
listen, do you disclose your age, or is that a secret?
Nah, yeah, I disclosed my age.
How old are you?
21.
So, yeah, listen, gosh, that was my age many, 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 many years ago. But when I was your age, I always hung out with people older than me because I felt like they had more wisdom.
Especially for this.
Yes, they've been on this earth longer. They've experienced more. And it was no shade to people my age because I did hang out with people my age, but I always made sure I had people around me also, like my business partner. He's 13 years older than me, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I hang around people like that because I feel like they can offer me more knowledge, more wisdom because they've been here longer.
Right.
So hanging around someone like him, especially someone who's tight in the music industry.
Yeah.
Definitely. What are you enjoying the most about being a music artist?
Expressing myself and meeting new people. Growing up playing sports, I was only around athletes. As I've gotten older, I've realized like there's more to life than just sports. Especially music. Like I done met like two artists right there, videographers, photographers. They're all cool people, and like that's something cool as well to just hang around all the time, just to step out, meet new people. I've done podcasts with people who make folk music, people who make Christian music, people who do other podcasts,
Yeah.
you know, so just meeting a lot of people. And then I would say the impact that I've had on other people's lives, like people text me all the time and say like, hey, I appreciate your song. I really like the message. I appreciate like somebody talking about it, because sometimes stuff can be overlooked.
Yes.
Everybody's going through something different, but it all can feel the same.
100%.
So you have to be able to know how to convey that to everybody.
That's a part of your purpose for doing this, is because you're really truly helping other people. Music is relatable, you know, and you want people to resonate and feel your music, right?
Yes,
Have
ma'am.
you been to Memphis to tap in with Famous Animal yet?
I have not.
Just tap in with him too.
Yes, ma'am, I got you.
He's big out there. Have you seen his platform?
No, ma'am. I'm gonna look him up though for sure.
He's huge out. Shout out to Famous Animal TV. He allows artists to come on his platform and freestyle. And he's went way up. Like he's got a huge following, and he gets celebrities on there, independent artists on there. So definitely tap in with him.
For sure.
Because it's not. Do you ever go out to Memphis?
I have not before. I got plenty of friends out there though.
Yeah.
Like Vaughn right there, he from Memphis.
Oh,
so.
okay, dope.
Yeah.
Memphis is on fire and produces superstars. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like, as of lately, I've been, you know, connecting with more artists from your area. I feel like you guys really have that up next type situation.
Yes,
you know
ma'am,
what I'm
I
saying?
agree.
100%. There's a lot of talent out there. Let's be a little transparent and vulnerable for a second,
Okay.
right? Within yourself as a music artist right now, what do you think that you need to really work on?
I would say marketing. I feel like my message and my sound is already there.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm just not reaching the right people yet, or the big enough crowd. I don't want to say big enough crowd just because, but I feel like just the right person to come across it. So just marketing and budgeting, I would say that's another thing.
Yeah.
When I first started making music, I was just so stuck in that, like just let me work this amount of hours, get paid, and let's do the studio for this amount of days.
Yeah.
You know, now it's more like let's record this week. Next week, let's focus on marketing. Next week, let's focus on our video.
Yes.
Let's get a whole rollout release, and let's all plan it to be on the same time period, and then boom, pop like that. So just being more strategic, I could say, in marketing.
That is major key, because in fact today the team meeting I'm having, that's one of the notes that I have is talking about the rollout plan. We have to set dates, we've got to be structured, we got to have a blueprint, something to follow.
Yeah.
Otherwise you wind up all over the place. You know,
Yeah.
like definitely. How many songs have you released in 2024?
17. I dropped a 14-song album.
Okay,
in
okay.
February. Yeah.
I was like, Zane, this man been busy. No, that is dope. So
Yes, ma'am.
your consistency is absolutely there.
Yeah, I would say so. Yes, ma'am.
What made you decide to go ahead and put that album out?
So I was, it's funny. A lot of those songs were actually songwriting songs that I was trying to get out to like labels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, never got picked up. I mean, they're still good songs. So I was like,
Yeah.
and it's me on it, and I was being myself. Sometimes when you write for somebody else, you have to kind of put their brain into your body so that you can make a body of work that they will relate to and that
Yes.
they would want to do. But it was hard for me to do that when I songwrite for other people. So I feel like that was Zero already. And I used to go by Sub-Zero. So some of those songs actually on there are him. I don't like to address him as myself no more, but sorry about that.
I got you, understood.
But yeah, so some of those songs are him, and then I've grown into FindingZero through the years, and then some of those songs are him on there as well. I feel like the more raw ones are definitely FindingZero. I feel like as I've gotten older in my music, I'm more vulnerable. I don't really second guess it anymore. If
Yeah.
you hear it, you hear it. If you relate, you relate. If not, you know. And then the older me was kind of more hype, more lit. So the album's a mix of everything, I would say.
Absolutely. That's where a lot of artists, and people like myself too, we are oftentimes too hard on ourselves. Like that's where that overthinking comes in, and we're too hard on ourselves, and it almost takes the pleasure out of it. It takes
does,
the fun
for
out of
sure.
it. You don't never want to fall in love with the process, right? You want to, hey, that needs to be whatever makes us happy. It's what we need to do.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said that sports was, you know, something for you, but music is really what makes you happy.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely. Have you been collabing with other artists?
I've collabed with both of them.
Okay.
And then I have another artist by the name of Eric Thomas. He's a pop singer in Chattanooga. He's really talented. He plays the guitar, all that stuff. So I've collabed with him. We dropped 2 songs this year. One was a rap hip hop type vibe, and then the other one was a pop indie, like really party type vibe. So that was really cool. Omo Cash, he's another artist from Chattanooga. T Sway, he's another artist from Chattanooga. He's R&B,
Yeah.
but these are all dope guys. Like I enjoy working with them. I enjoy talking to them. We're all around the same age too, so we relate to each other. But I'm definitely trying to work with more people. So Yes, ma'am.
It sounds like you're definitely on the right track, doing all the right things. Like, I always quote my OG, you know, my business partner. Definitely, I can't wait for you to meet him. He's like a ball of wisdom because he's been doing this for 30 years. Big is about to be 63 years old.
Okay, yeah.
He's a true OG, right? But he says, this is one of his quotes. He always says, a buzz is like pregnancy. It's going to show. You get what I'm saying?
Okay,
so it's like you shouldn't have to force it upon yourself. When that buzz starts building, people gonna come to you.
Right.
Them labels are gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you're absolutely on the right track to make all that happen because you're out here next. Especially now you're out moving around.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a big part of it.
Right.
We got to get you down to Atlanta more.
Yes, ma'am. I gotta come.
And network, because like the event that you were talking about, the Pass the Aux, we have similar events that take place out here. A ton of artist showcases. A3C, which is the big music festival that takes place usually around the end of September, early October. Those are the type of things you want to come get involved with.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you been to South by Southwest?
I have. Oh man, that's something I've been wanting to do since I was a kid though.
Yeah.
Like that's one thing I do a lot is like watch other artists perform, whether it be Rolling Loud, South by Southwest, Bonnaroo's, what we have in like Tennessee, I think. So all those type of things. I grew up watching those, and like literally as a young kid, before I even wanted to do music, just watching stage presence, watching choreography, watching what's on stage, what's behind them on stage, what's the crowd looking like while they performing, you know, picking up little things like that. That way, by the time I wanted to do it, I was like, not necessarily I know what I'm doing, but I know what to look for, kind of thing.
Absolutely. That's what you have to do. You have to study the people who are doing what you want to do.
Right.
It just makes sense.
Right.
Do you still dance?
I don't. No, ma'am. I'll go to the beat and like I'll get myself hype and lit. But choreography wise, no, ma'am. I'm not doing that no more.
I know you say MJ was like an inspiration for you. Yeah. Did you ever dance like MJ?
I did. I think I did.
Did y'all see that?
Nah, they didn't see that. But my mama got pictures and videos of me dancing like that though.
That is dope. Cause you moonwalk.
That's the one thing I couldn't do. But my mama could do it, so I was a little frustrated. Like, why she could do it, but I can't. But everything else, and besides obviously the little lean all the way over, I can't do that. But everything else, I had that all locked down.
That is dope. Going back to the album, tell everybody the title of it and where they can find it so they can make sure they tune in with it.
Yes, ma'am. So the album's called No More Sub. Like I said, I changed my name. That was kind of like the last goodbye.
I love that. That's so dope.
Yes, ma'am. So I took the sub off, left it at 0. Now you're finding me. 14 song collective. Some of those songs on there, I believe, are 2 years old. Some of them are really recent.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Sub-Zero songs are going to be the older ones. But I feel like the way I strategically place the songs, like the order of them, you can kind of see like there's one song, the intro is called Never Go Home. The beginning and the first verse and the first 2 hooks is actually Sub-Zero, and then I did another verse of me recently, and you can kind of hear like a little difference. And then as you go down, I'm kind of getting like into my relationship, then I'm starting to get into my anxiety, the dark thoughts, trying to get out of that. And then towards the end, it's like I went through all that, and then the final song is called Can't Lose, because it's like you've been through this before, you remember how it felt, but now that you've already been through it, you got wisdom to know how to get over it. So
man, that is dope. Is the record Can't Lose, would you say that's like one of your most personal songs that you've recorded? Or is there something a little bit more personal that people could go check out?
The most personal I would probably say is Face the Throne. That's a really dark song. Like, it's basically like me driving down this dark road. Just paint a picture in your head right quick. I'm driving down a dark road, and I see the throne at the end of the hill kind of thing. You know, it's a scary move when you look up. And basically on top of the throne is like the negative side of me, the negative conscious. And sometimes there's some days where I feel like I just can't shake it off at all.
Yeah.
And that was one of those days, and I feel like I don't know if I'm ready to face the throne yet. So I'm kind of just looking up. Words are slandered. Feel like I'm buried alive, like I can't move, kind of like sleep paralysis, but I'm awake. And I'm looking at I'm looking at myself, and I'm talking to myself like, you can do this. But then the hook's like, I don't know if we can. And then throughout the verse, I'm just expressing everything that's going through my mind for real. So
that is so deep.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Wow, I gotta check that record out.
Yeah, you do, yes, ma'am.
That is so deep, because I feel like what you just explained throughout that record, many people experience that.
Right, yes, ma'am.
Including myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are days where I don't even want to leave my house. I don't want to see no one. I don't want to talk to no one. I just want to, like, stay in my bed all day. But I'm like, nah, you got to get up and get to it.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to overcome that. You know, laying in bed, you ain't getting nothing done.
Nope, you can't let the thoughts be right.
100%. What videos have you put out off of the album?
Come Find Me. I just dropped that one last Friday.
That's the one you just dropped?
Yes, ma'am. And I'm trying to do 3 more, and I'm going to do a completely different song video at the end of the summer.
100%.
Yes, ma'am.
If we could fast forward 5 years from now, what would be a perfect situation scenario for where you would be at with your music career?
I plan on being one of the most notable artists. I would say breaking boundaries in every genre. worked with people I've always looked up to, working with anybody, I would say. I feel like I want to be an advocate for my city. I want to show people like, yeah, you can do this too. Don't just fall victim to the community you're in or the people you have around you. Think big, think big, think bright. If you have a dream, chase it. You can do anything you put your mind to, and just make sure you keep God first and focus on the little things so that the big things can happen later.
I love that. You just really like dropped some gems on them. Seriously, all the things that you just named, which of them would you say is like kind of like your daily that you stand on and you live by every day?
Well, first one is God for sure.
Yeah.
Read the Bible every day, pray every day.
Yes.
But then also the other one is control what you can control, like the little things, and then the big things will occur later on. So like we said earlier, the rollouts, stuff like this, coming and put my name in the room, talking to you, OG in the game.
Yes.
And just letting other people know like y'all can do this too. You know what I'm saying? Just get to it.
Man, that is dope, bro. Like I said, you're definitely on track.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Doing everything that you need to be doing. Definitely. What would you say is one of your biggest like attributes, like, you know, that really makes you who you are as a music artist?
I would say probably my melodies and my flow. And my freestyle abilities, like on the spot. Like if somebody comes in like I need a beat or I need a verse right now, you got me, I'm like, oh, come on, let's do it, like kind of thing. I would also say I guess my singing, I've gotten better at singing through the years. At first I started off a little shaky, but then somebody I think it might have been Trey, and he was like, no, you just sing it. And so I started singing a little bit, and I was like, oh, we might have just struck some, you know. So shout out to Trey on that again. But
the ladies like that.
That's true. Yeah. And I got a lot of songs on there for my girls, so I try to sing those. Yeah.
That is dope, man. Listen, having a significant other that supports your movement is one of the most important things, because this is a tough business.
It is.
It requires you to travel. It requires you to be out late at night. So definitely shout out to her for supporting them, you know, everything you got going on.
Yes, ma'am.
That's beautiful. I love that. Do you want to have kids one day?
I do, but not no time soon. I got some living to do first.
He said that quick. He said, not no time soon.
No. We not worried about that now. She got a career, I got a career. We're going to get there when we get there.
No, absolutely. Listen, don't rush it. My son is older than you.
Yes, ma'am.
And he's married and not no kids, because he's on the same thing. Like, he's still working on his career and stuff. And he's like, I don't want kids yet until I'm fully where I want to be, you know, financially stable and stuff like that. Because I had him at 19. I was young.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's like I told him, you know, don't put yourself, not that I regret having him, but it was difficult.
Right. Yes,
you know
ma'am.
what I'm saying?
Yes,
so, yeah, just...
I'm sure you did a good job, though.
I did, man. Like, my son went to college. He's at Florida State University.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, one of the best colleges in Florida. He was in the military. So, you know, he came out phenomenal.
Right.
But definitely. Are your parents on board with your music career?
Oh, yeah, they are. They're very supportive. I feel like every time I walk in the house, one of them playing it on the speakers or playing a music video or something like that. So, yeah, they're really supportive. It's funny, when I first started making it, I was kind of trying to hide it, just because growing up with sports so heavily. And I didn't want to feel like I was being judged, or I didn't want to feel like I was letting them down. And then I started to get to a point where I started like really feeling my music and who I was turning into as a person. So I started playing around them, like cuss words and all. That was another thing. Like, you know, you don't want to cuss in front of your parents for real, but
100%. I understand, but it happens sometimes.
Right. And then like they realize like the growth as well, and then they realize what I'm trying to do. I make music for any mood or any feeling anyway. So if they're down in their head or they're happy or lit with the family, trying to have a good vibe, they cut me on there too.
Absolutely. Do you have songs that you've recorded out the gate that are just clean, ready to go?
Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, yes. Actually, one I just recently released called So Long, another Eric Thomas song. Completely clean verse. We're about to get that on radio stations and chat, so it'll be on there soon.
Send it to me, because I told you I'm on FM 5 nights a week out here.
I got you.
I can get you that exposure.
Yes, ma'am, I got you.
I just need that clean version. And what's so dope about that, too, because you never know when you might get booked for a situation where you got kids in the crowd. And you don't want to be over there cursing. You got a song already ready to go.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. That is dope. And then the songs that you do have profanity in, when you get clean versions made, you on point. You are absolutely on point.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a signature ad-lib that you can use, that you use in your music?
I got a couple of them, yeah. I mean, one of them's like, I got like a yeah. I got like a high pitch hum, a low pitch hum. Zero, that's like the intro.
Yeah.
What else I got? Yeah. Whoa. Just whatever I'm feeling, like anything. I don't think I have a signature. Probably just my zero is I guess you could call my signature. But I feel like I got different ad-libs on almost every song.
That's dope, man. I like when artists have that, because it's like you already know who it is. Just, you know, like the Migos, for example. They all say that, well, long live, you know.
Long live Takeoff.
Takeoff, man. But they all would say their name right before their verse.
Yes, ma'am.
And I love that. that because it's like, okay, you know who it is out the gate. Definitely. That is really, really dope. Who would be a dream collab for you?
Oh,
let's manifest it.
Definitely been Juice WRLD, RP Juice WRLD. But definitely the Migos that are still existing, Offset, Quavo, Long Live Takeoff. Those are my goats, I would say, in middle school. Like, I even performed, pipe it up at the school, so those are definitely my goats. Another artist I would love to work with, Trippie Redd.
Yeah. What about a female artist? Give me a female
Willow
artist.
Smith.
Okay.
Yeah, I like the rock vibe she's doing.
Yeah.
What's another one? I like the OGs too. I like Alicia Keys. I feel like we could go crazy on a song.
Man, yeah, she's beautiful too.
Yeah, might as well aim for the sky with like a good feature with her. Another female. That's a tough one. I don't know yet.
Glorilla, perhaps?
Glow is lit. Yeah.
Shit, I just love her.
Yeah. Cause she herself, she authentic.
100%. And that's what I like about her. She's not gimmicky like some of these other artists out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, people do stuff strictly for clickbait. That's not how you want to get on.
No.
You want to do it the right way.
Right. Is she that?
She is definitely that. 100%.
For sure.
On the opposite side, going in back onto the personal side, what do you like doing when you just have that me time, free time? Do you just like to chill in the house? Do you enjoy getting outdoors? Like, we all got to have that time away. It's important. We can't always go on vacations, but maybe you have a day where you're just able to chill. What are you doing?
Definitely with my girl or with my family. Probably going out to eat. Probably going to shoot somewhere, basketball.
Yeah.
That's about it. I don't go out at all. I don't go to parties. I don't go to bars. I don't do none of that stuff. So.
Can you cook?
I'm on a construction right now. I say that. My girl put me on that for sure.
He said I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, we working on that. Microwave is my best friend for sure.
Get you an air fryer. Do you
I got one.
That's my best friend.
Right, cheat code.
Man, I love that thing. I put everything in there.
If we talking about air fryer, I can cook. I can cook if I can air fryer.
Facts, most definitely. Is there anything that you have in the works? Anything else coming up that people need to be on game with?
I got a music video coming out for Face the Throne soon. I'm trying to do another one for either Can't Lose or So Long with Eric Thomas. And then I got one coming out, Ego, with Young J. Cody. It's a love song about our girl, so we definitely got to get them in that video.
Yes.
And then at the end of the summer, I got like a nice little summer vibe coming out. So
that is hard. Have you thought about getting into production or engineering, or are you leaving that to the ones that are doing it?
I might have to leave that to them for now.
For now.
Like, in my head, I can think of something, but when I start touching the keys, I'm like, this is trash. Like, go ahead, pass this on. I'll let the pros do that. But it's fun to work with them and see them do that. But I ain't doing that.
Understood. Absolutely, because you're still mastering your craft at what you're doing right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Definitely, that is dope, man. There's anything else that you want to make sure people are on game with and tune with coming up? You got the music video on the way. I want to make sure that I open the floor for you to anything that we did not talk about to make sure that they're on game with it.
Oh yeah, just follow my socials, TikTok and Instagram at FindingZero_ at the end of that. All streaming platforms, FindingZero. You can find my album on there. Music videos on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, FindingZero. Same thing. That's about it, honestly. Just keep staying tuned for the music video that I've already posted and just be on the lookout for my new ones.
Definitely. I do have one more question. When you transitioned from Sub-Zero to FindingZero, was it tough for you to rebrand, or was it a pretty simple transition?
It was actually pretty simple, only because, like I said, early in the career, it was no business mind at all. So I hadn't even trademark, copyright, none of that stuff. So it was literally just like going on to the apps and just changing my name really quick. It was hard to leave that behind because that's where I started, music-wise. But I feel like once I knew who I was or who I'm trying to be, or finding myself as the name, I feel like it was easy to turn it off. So.
Definitely. You're super, super wise for your age.
Oh, thank you.
I can tell. Any other artists that are your age, younger, or within your age bracket, what piece of advice will you offer them?
Keep working hard at whatever you do. Don't let other people critique you or judge you. Trust your heart, trust your soul, trust God first. Keep God first, whatever you do. Anything that seems big in the moment, you can always overcome. And if you have a dream, just go for it. Just do what you need to do. If you like going to school, go to school. If you don't think school is for you, find another way. Hustle, get it, grind every day. provide for yourself, be there for your family and friends, and keep going.
I love that, man.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is dope. I love everything you stand for.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Shout out to you.
Shout out you too. Appreciate the opportunity.
100%. Anybody that you want to give thanks to or shout out to?
For sure. I want to shout out Young J. Cody and the Don Von for coming with me.
Yes.
Two crazy artists y'all going to hear about real soon in the whole world. My family. I appreciate you guys for just being there with me. I know I'm not perfect, but y'all being there with my music makes me feel like I am, so I appreciate y'all. God, thank you for the opportunity, just even me coming here today, being able to be in health to come here. And then to my fans, I really appreciate y'all. We got more music coming soon. Just stay with me. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep elevating. I'm going to keep getting these videos out to y'all, and I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all.
I got one more question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
We're live. Industry's most wanted. Big industry's most wanted, not the little one. What makes you the industry's most wanted?
I'm a young kid that's raw, vulnerable, and I feel like my generation needs that even more. I feel like we had some pioneers come through with like X and Juice and Trippy and those type of artists, Indior, Lil Skies, those type of artists. Willow Smith on the girl side. That's a big one that's really talking for other people. But I just feel like we just need somebody to be an advocate for everybody. Like I said earlier, we might not all be going through the same things, but it might all feel the same. So you have to be able to convey that. And any way you can convey that, I mean, just keep doing that. And that's why I feel like I'm the industry's most wanted.
Straight like that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you being here.
Yes, man. Appreciate it.
We up out of here, y'all.
About running this here straight from the heart. Come let me tell you something. No matter where I go or